Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. We're so excited to have you all here with us on this Tuesday afternoon. My name is Courtney Peak. I am the support manager here at PreciseFP. So excited about our webinar today. We're going to be talking about how to get more leads by helping families save on the cost of college. With me today is Roger Laurel, President and CEO of Collegiate Funding Solutions. Roger, thank you so much as always for joining us and of course for the continued partnership between our two platforms. Very excited to have you here with us today.
Well, always excited to collaborate with you, Courtney, and thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So Roger will be back on in just a brief moment. So a few housekeeping items before we get started today. Everyone is on mute, but if you have any questions, go ahead and put those right in that GoToWebinar chat box. At the end, we'll go ahead and have a live Q&A session. We are recording this session, and the session should actually go out to everybody about an hour after the webinar ends. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So just real quickly, we're going to talk about PreciseFP, and then I'm going to pass it on over to Roger so he can explain all the things within CFS. So for those who are new, we'll talk about quickly what is PreciseFP. So PreciseFP is actually a data gathering platform that helps you as financial advisors really offload the work of collecting client information. We have been around since 2007 now. So for the past 16 years, we've really grown from a simple financial planning questionnaire really to a complete data management solution that captures and validates and securely stores client data. And we have over 20 integrations, including our fantastic integration with CFS, as well as integrating with several CRMs and financial planning tools so that as advisors, you can share this client data between applications with the click of a button, really getting you out of having to do the whole manual data entry business there that nobody likes to do. So data collection and data entry, they actually represent 40% of the cost of creating a financial plan. So by using PreciseFP, this is actually going to eliminate this cost by removing the burden of data gathering from you as the advisor. Your clients are going to be engaged, especially if the experience is tailored to their needs. Think about, high net worth clients who more than likely do not want to fill out the same generic form. So with PreciseFP, you really can create a guided experience by tailor-making the data gathering experience, while also doing things like reducing NIGO, not in good order, by adding validated and required fields. And these are just some of the many ways and the many benefits of using the PreciseFP platform for your business. So there are thousands of advisors who actually use PreciseFP day in and day out as an integral part of their practice. So let's just go ahead and dive right in and show you how you can use PreciseFP in conjunction with Easy College Planning, out in the field, got an existing client, really just so many ways. So let me go ahead and switch my screen on over here so we can look at PreciseFP. So bear with me, I'm gonna switch my screen. All right, so now what we're looking at here is the PreciseFP dashboard. Now, what I always like to just kind of show before we get into the integration is our library of templates. So really kind of think of PreciseFP as the data gathering tool in your advisor toolbox. A lot of advisors and firms like to place us as kind of step number one in their process. You got to get the data, right? That's where PreciseFP comes into play for you. We are commonly known for our fact finders, getting assets, liabilities, things like that. But we also have a lot of different ways that you can use PreciseFP to gather data. Another really common way is surveys. We have so many people who go out there and use us for surveying. A great kind of example of that, and this is one of our most popular surveys that we have out here. Now keep in mind, anything that we have out here, 100% customizable. You don't have to use this as is. You can also go out there and branch out and build out your own survey. So really the sky is the limit when it comes to creating these data gathering pieces for your process and for your clients and prospects. So these are really great to send out. You can send out one to one individual client, or if you want to kind of do a multiple engagement to many clients and prospects at the same time, that is definitely something that you can do. With personalized touches like macros, it can automatically pull in the client's name, your name, email address, all those things, so that it has this nice personalized touch every single time it goes out, but you're not having to customize it every single time it goes out. So a lot of things that you can do to really create this overall personalized and customized engagement when it goes out to the client. So again, there's a wide variety of different ways that you can use PreciseFP to gather. That's definitely just kind of a couple of ways that you can go out there and use PreciseFP. But as you're just looking at the forms library that we have out here, you can get a general idea of the different ways that you can go out there and you can engage a client. Here's another kind of survey that we have out here that you can certainly use as a way to kind of gauge folks' financial wellness. So many options, so many opportunities for you to go out there. But we're really excited to kind of show you today is the CFS integration. So just real quickly, what I'm going to go ahead and show, and then Roger's going to come back on and show you all of the awesome things that you can do with this data that comes over from PreciseFP and populates automatically into CFS. So to enable the integration, it's just a matter of going into the settings in PreciseFP and going to integrations. And then all you'll need to do is you will just come out here and click on CFS and click on enable the integration, and then you'll enter in your credentials. It really is as easy as that. You do not have to do anything else on the CFS side. It is all just done and managed here in PreciseFP. So I already actually have that enabled on my side. Now, what happens is when you actually enable this integration, a template becomes available for you, and that is the College Planning Fact Finder. So this is something, if you want to take a look at the form before you actually send it out to someone, or maybe you want to publish this on your website to create a lead gen opportunity that way. We'll get into that in just a moment here, but I just want to go through and kind of quickly show you what this form looks like. Again, this form becomes available the moment that you enable that integration. So it'll capture all of this information. The lead or the client, I've seen advisors use this with both potential clients. So for kind of prospecting, again, putting it maybe on their websites, social media sites, maybe they're doing email campaigns, emailing contacts. I've seen some advisors who do, they're heavy into like blogging, so they'll post a link to it on their blog that's around college planning, just so many different opportunities in different ways that you can go out there and really plug out this template and send it out. I've even heard of advisors who, because we have a mobile app, what they'll do is, if they're in conversation with someone out in the field, they go to the PreciseFP mobile app and they'll plug in their prospects, just basic information, name and an email is all you need. And then, by way of conversation, you're talking about someone who's got a kiddo that's on the way to college here soon, and talking about how expensive it's going to be. Well, you can, fire up and say, oh, hey, I've got something that I can send out to you to see if we can save on the cost of college for you. Add them into PreciseFP on the mobile app, fire off this email to them, and they get this form. And it will automatically, when they fill this out, the really cool thing is when they fill this out, which it would auto save for them, and it is tablet and mobile friendly for them too as they're going through and filling out the form. The really cool thing is when they get to the end, what happens is a report will actually, oops, I didn't fill it out, but a report comes out here for them. But what was really fantastic about this is all of this data that this client gives to you. As you can see, there's mandatory fields out here too, so they cannot skip over this. They're getting that important information that you need from them. So that report's created for you over in CFS. The information, as I said, it will auto save, but when they get to the end and they finish it, this information will automatically populate over into CFS, which I'm so excited for you guys to see when Roger comes back on the line here, so you can see how that comes over. But it's an automatic integration. So the client fills out the form, you would actually get an email alert letting you know they have completed it. And then it just fires off to CFS for you, so you can see the report and all the information over there. So one last thing that I want to just quickly say before I get Roger on the line with you guys here is this web publishing. I was saying, you know, I've seen advisors go out here and they've taken this college planning fact finder and they've put it on their websites. They've put it on their social media sites. They've just gotten a simple link to it and maybe they want to, you know, blast it out to quite a few contacts. That is all something that you can do by the web publishing option. So what you would do is you come over here to web published, click on the plus sign, choose that college planning fact finder, and then PreciseFP will create multiple ways for you to go out there and publish that form. If you want to just get a simple URL so that you could maybe create a newsletter and just have the link to it, it all feeds back into PreciseFP. So they fill out the form, it comes into PreciseFP, it creates them as a brand new prospect for you, and then it also fires off that information automatically for you over into CFS. So same thing, these are just different ways that you can go out there and you can publish this form on the web. Maybe you want to build a button on your website that someone would click and the form is embedded in a button. Maybe you want to build an iframe where the form actually just sits on your website. A great example of that, I actually have an advisor who uses PreciseFP as lead gen. She has built an iframe using PreciseFP. This form just sits right on her website. So she surveys by really kind of using her form as a good qualifier. I've seen folks do the same. You know, if they've got this college planning niche, what they'll say is, you know, maybe ask some question surveying about that, asking them, you know, basically kind of seeing if they're going to be a good fit, right? The form lives on their website, it comes into PreciseFP, and then maybe they want to have the college planning fact finder go out based on a, you know, certain criteria that they answer on this. That's all doable in PreciseFP. So even if you wanted to maybe create another step in front of the CFS form, that is something you can do. And I've seen advisors do. Maybe create a survey or another type of lead gen form and just kind of, again, using it maybe as a qualifier. And then with our automatic workflow piece that we have called pipelines, that can actually move your forms out automatically for you. So if you want to say, hey, when this maybe lead gen form is created and completed, now I want the CFS form to go out maybe based off of their data quality score based on certain criteria that they clicked in PreciseFP, all doable, folks. So there's a lot that can be done to both automate and really attract those new potential clients into your business for you. All right, so with that being said, that's the PreciseFP side of things. So excited to have you guys watch these new features with with Roger. I know he's got some exciting things to show us today. So Roger, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on the line. We're very excited to see everything. I'm gonna go ahead and make you the presenter so you can take it away here.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right, Courtney, you tell me when you're seeing my screen.
We sure can.
Oh, great, fantastic. Well, again, thank you for inviting me to participate in this webinar, and we are very happy to be a partner of PreciseFP, and I love it when we get a chance to do these joint webinars, because I think they just, at least in my own mind, reinforce what a phenomenal integration this is. In the next 25, 30 minutes, I hope I can communicate that to our audience. I'm pretty sure that I can. And let me sort of frame this up a little bit by saying that, as you were sort of going through your presentation, I've always sort of envisioned PreciseFP as this like spoke. Yeah, and you have these, off the spoke, you have these different integrations of which we're one. So kind of like right at the center, you have PreciseFP. It's this fantastic way, this much needed way to get data from a client. And then you have all these integrations. I want hopefully folks to think about CFS as being, that integration that gives you absolutely what you need for the demographic that we're going to be talking about today, which is the 40 to 55-year-olds with college-bound kids. All right, we're going to fill that piece of the puzzle that addresses this audience, particularly the higher income clients and prospects. And the first thing I'm sort of showing you here, because I thought this might be a good place to start, is this is a test account that integrates with PreciseFP. And when you flip that integration on the PreciseFP side, you also have your CFS account. Now, I'm really not going to go probably that much on the CFS side here, but I just want you to see that every client that is added through PreciseFP is assigned a record inside of the CFS account. And then you can then just click on the client ID, and you can see all that data that was submitted by that client or prospect. All right, and you of course may be seeing this for the first time right here. But everything, this is going to be the launch point. Now we'll come back to that. This is going to be the launch point for all the amazing value that you're going to be able to create for these clients. Again, these are going to be, primarily Gen Xers, 40 to 55-year-olds, primarily with college-bound kids. And so it's very simple once you've used PreciseFP to access into this client on the CFS side, and then to begin to create some amazing value and all the benefits that will flow from that I'm going to sort of jump into right now. So I may come back to this, but let me pop into my presentation here, and we're going to sort of keep rolling. I really talked about growing your business in this particular demographic, and I think one of the things I like to sort of get out, right up front when I'm talking to advisors, which we're doing all the time, and that is, acknowledging what may be important to them. And these are primarily the reasons why over 20 years, because we've been around for over 20 years, we're actually been out there a little longer than PreciseFP. And but anyway, these are the primary reasons why advisors affiliate with CFS in the first place. They want to track this demographic. They realize that this is an indispensable part of a healthy practice and a growing business over time. You can't just have retirees because they're not going to be around forever, if you know what I mean. And so that's a reason. Legacy planning, and that's the opportunity to leverage the clients that the advisor currently has to get into the family in multiple generations. I will be talking about that a little bit more. Providing more than just college savings recommendations. I'll be getting into this in the next couple of slides, but there's way more to college planning, and there's way more value on the table for you to deliver than just showing people they need to be saving for college. And again, I'll be talking about that a little bit more. How about conserving AUM? I mean, most of the advisors, Courtney, on this call probably have an AUM model, and college is such an expensive proposition that can mean a lot of assets exiting your firm and a lot of fees exiting your firm. And in fact, I was speaking with an advisor yesterday who we were doing a demo for, and he told me that all in, he was in over $1 million on college education costs for his kids. Over $1 million. That's a lot of money. And he's not the only guy. Now that's pretty unusual, but it all adds up. Differentiating their business and standing out from other advisors, that's huge. Generating more fees, and I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more on the back end. The plethora, the wide range of revenue generating opportunities that are spawned from college planning is quite simply amazing. And in fact, there is no other form of planning that I know of that'll spawn as many and very different types of revenue generating opportunities for you. And then lastly, alternatives to 529 plans. So let's move right along here. Let's talk about where the opportunity is out there. I call it the low-lying fruit on the tree of opportunity, and that's always urgency. What drives opportunity for financial advisors is going to be urgency. And I've got a couple of things here. parents with college-bound kids, and I'm right here because I've got a college-bound junior in high school now, and I can acknowledge this not only in my own family situation now, but in all the people that I affiliate with that have college-bound kids. Their number one financial concern is we're not thinking about our retirements. We're thinking about sending our kids to college. And if you got kids that are in this, same time frame, I'm sure you're thinking of the same thing right now as the most immediate concern. Now, I just wanted to share something else. One of my colleagues shared this with me, and I thought, wow, how relevant. And I don't have the time to really dive so deep into this, but families today are very worried about how they're going to pay for college. And this is not just middle income. Most families say financial aid, and that's help. Some sort of subsidy, if you will, is going to be necessary for for college, and a large majority said it was going to be extremely or very necessary. And this just comes right from Princeton Review, and this is very recent. So we're talking about something that is absolutely hot topic, front burner in the minds of people with college-bound kids, irrespective of their financial situation. Right? Important to know when you're looking for where those opportunities are out there. Now, our mission as a company is to address this concern that families have, and this is our guiding principle. It's been the same thing for over 20 years now. We're in the business of helping families save on, and not just for the cost of college, with the help of their financial advisor, so that they avoid taking on crazy student loan debt and they improve their retirement savings outlook in the process. That's what we do. And when advisors affiliate with us through this fantastic integration with PreciseFP, you step into this very same noble mission. This is an important mission that has to be filled by somebody. Somebody's got to be out there meeting this need, and we're the somebody, and then you can collaborate with us and be a part of, making this happen for your clients, and something you'll absolutely not only feel good about, but it'll yield tremendous benefits along the way. Unfortunately, again, we've been observing this for over 20 years now. College planning has always been sort of the elephant in the room of retirement planning, because every dollar spent for college is not available for retirement. So they're absolutely connected. Okay. Unfortunately, for most advisors, they really don't have a whole lot to offer when it comes to college planning, irrespective of their education or their tools. And I just had a couple of the leading software platforms out there, like I think eMoney, Right Capital, Money Guide. They're the main ones. But you know what? All of their college savings modules are nothing more than college savings calculators. They're projected estimated costs of college based on the current sticker price of colleges, which are not even realistic. And then they just break it down into how much the client needs to be saving based on how much they may have in resources, and ends up looking something like this. And it's like, that's crazy. It is crazy, but it's also not helpful for people. The reality of it is that most families that start really seriously thinking about sending their kids to college, even if they are modest savers for college costs, they really get serious about it when it's their kids are in high school. And there's so little time for them to catch up, if you will, on the accumulation side. They just don't do it. And they don't have the ability to do it either. So that leaves the advisor very hamstrung on what they're going to do to help these people create any kind of value. And it's certainly not going to help them save on the cost of college. And so that's where we're going to come in. And that's where CFS provides two levels of capability that help you deliver on this mission, helping clients save on and not just for the cost of college. And the one that I'm going to spotlight is our Easy College Planning, because that's the one that integrates with PreciseFP. This is this level of software, which I'm going to be diving into through some examples here, provides the essential information that these parents with college-bound kids have to know in order to save on and not just for the cost of college. It's the actual information that they have to have at their disposal to make better, smarter, more informed decisions that are going to have tremendous consequences on where their kids go to school, how much free money they're going to get from schools, what they can do to increase that free money, all these things that relate to saving on and not just for the cost of college. And there's a lot of experience that goes into putting something like this together, as you can imagine. And it really takes this super complex topic of college planning, and it really simplifies it by really drilling down into the things that are most essential. And I think the other point that I would really make here is, I'm sure we have like some individual advisors on the call, maybe some firms that are on the call. Easy College Planning is perfect for not only a solo practitioner, but for an enterprise as well. to drop it right in. I call it's just frictionless. It's something you can run with immediately, especially if you're already a PreciseFP user. I mean, you can be getting out the good news today. You could start onboarding clients today. You could start creating value today. You could start identifying additional opportunities that are going to mean revenue for your firm, tomorrow, next week. That's how this works. And that's what I'm going to be showing you in the next few slides. I just want you to know that there are deeper levels of capability. There is a deeper level of capability here at CFS for advisors that want to go deeper than Easy College Planning goes. But for most advisors, Easy College Planning is a great place to start. Just want you to know that there is an additional level of capability for those that the best way I could describe our standard software is no stone unturned for the benefit of your client. And some advisors have that sort of philosophy. They want to make sure they're looking in every nook and cranny for their clients to help them save on and not just for the cost of college. And you need a more robust capability to do that, and that's what our standard software does. So that's all I'm really going to say about that. I think I'm going to show a couple of things on the back end about that. But let me continue to move along here. And again, I want to keep this very simple because it is simple. All right, using PreciseFP as the means to onboard a client. There's actually a step before the onboarding of a client, a very important step, and that step is stimulating interest. Stimulating interest. All right, and the power of Collegiate Funding Solutions is you now have a much more compelling value offering. You got a much better story. I call it, you got much better news, good news, great news. And that great news is you're going to help people save on not just for the cost of college. All of our marketing material, all of our client attraction resources, all of our capability ties directly into that mission right there. And what I'm showing you right here is on the left side is part of a marketing flyer that you have and the content that you can use to sort of begin to stimulate interest. And it does it by way of sort of positing some questions that any parent with college-bound kids needs to be either thinking about or become aware of, because every one of these little bullet items that are on this that hopefully you're glancing at is very consequential in terms of outcome for a family. These drive outcome, all right? And what will happen is these things will not only stimulate interest, but you're going to have your clients say, yeah, of course, these all make sense to me and I'm interested in all these. What do I do? Well, then you're into the onboarding, which is where you're using PreciseFP just simply to collect data, all right? Then there's the delivery part of that, and those are the different CFS Easy College Planning reports that answer all those questions for the client. So I'm really kind of focusing on the client side value here. And it's so simple because once you've onboarded that client, and Courtney showed you how to do it, the next step is just the generation of these reports that answers these questions that the clients want to know the answers to. And there are a variety of marketing flyers. I've pulled up another one here. This is called our Schools at a Glance report, which you can promote to your clients and your prospects. And you can use the flyers that CFS provides to sort of get the word out. And these will provide information that families want to know with respect to colleges that they're wanting to look at. And in this little example, you can see here, most families are going to want to look at multiple schools. They don't just have one in mind. They may have 6 to 10 or more schools. Well, you can sort of give them a Schools at a Glance report that will actually tell them how much they're actually going to have to pay. Not the number that comes out of Money Guide, not the number that comes out of eMoney or Right Capital, but the real no fooling number when we take into consideration what this family may get in terms of financial aid or scholarships or tuition discounts and things they can do to increase those amounts. That's what people need to know. And that's what no one's helping them with. But you can help them. And this fantastic, rather new multi-school comparison report will help you deliver this value to these families. And there's another one I just want to mention to you here. Again, you get these fantastic marketing flyers, and that's just part of what you get on the marketing side. This one, which is called our Scholarship Estimator, was created especially for the high income earners. So if you want to attract high income clients, people making, let's just say over $300,000 to $500,000 a year, this one's going to get them because everybody wants free money for their kids. And if they're not going to get need-based financial aid, they're going to want scholarships. And this amazing Scholarship Estimator will be able to answer the kind of questions that family want to know about where's the free money for their kids, whether they're a great student or a mediocre student. And it's amazing to find out not only where the money is, but how much these kids can qualify for and are most likely going to get, and what they can do to even increase the amounts. And so again, in an ever-changing landscape in terms of how to help people in the goal of saving on and not just for the cost of college, we are constantly evolving our capability. And it's not something PreciseFP is keeping up with. So once you activate this amazing integration, you're always on the leading edge of how to create value, for your clients. And so Easy College Planning, for the most part, is the ideal place for most advisors to start if they have made it this far into this presentation and realize, yeah, we got a big gaping hole in our firm and our capability. We need to plug it with something. And Easy College Planning is generally the way to go because it's such a giant leap forward in value. Otherwise, you're just left with what you've currently been running with, which hopefully I've made the point isn't sufficient. This doesn't take any deep commitment on your part. It's extremely easy to use. I kind of liken it to TurboTax. I mean, you don't have to be a tax, passionate about taxes to run TurboTax, right? You collect data, you run it through TurboTax, it spits out the answers. We're doing the same thing. Simple to use, nominal cost. I'll show you this on the back end, but it's a very inexpensive add-on into your practice, and it drives these not only differentiation, but at a minimum, it'll help you protect AUM. But it'll also help you drive additional revenue. I'm going to get into that in the next couple of minutes. I just wanted to mention again briefly, because some advisors may be like, well, what's this deeper dive? This level of software, it doesn't integrate with PreciseFP, but you could always use the Easy College Planning as sort of like the big net for people. And then for those that you want to do a much deeper dive into, you can use our standard software, which will get much more granular into different planning topics, and it will yield a report it's just deeper. All right, it's going to be more comprehensive. It's going to have more stuff, more planning opportunities for you as the advisor. But a lot of advisors aren't looking to take it this deep. And usually what I end up suggesting to most advisors is start with Easy College Planning. And if you don't feel it goes deep enough, dive deeper into our other option. The good news here at CFS, you get access to subject matter experts for personalized help, with client cases. And so that's another part. We've always had kind of a high-tech, high-touch approach. It's great to have technology and it's great to have something that can really help you, but boy, isn't it nice to be able to pick up a phone or to do a Zoom meeting call and actually talk to an expert that can help you with a specific client case. And we provide that as well here through CFS. So, at the end of the day, it's all about the client, right? It's a better game plan for that client, better advice from the standpoint of the advisor, deeper relationships with that client. And I just might make a comment here. When you help a family with their kids, I don't think there is a better way to ingratiate yourself with a client. I mean, sure, money's important to them to some extent, but nothing's more important than their kids. And so much, they're so deeply invested in their kids' success, their kids' happiness. You know what I'm talking about if you got kids. So this is a great way to really cement and deepen relationships with a family. And I guess just a few more slides here. You can get started immediately. With who? Well, existing clients. That's the parents and the grandparents. So I don't care what your business book looks like. It may be mostly retirees. Fantastic. We'll help you on the legacy planning, get into the next potentially 2 generations. If your clients you got a lot of Gen Xers with college-bound kids, fantastic. How about your friends, neighbors, and acquaintances, people that you just hang out with, right? Your prospective clients, and this is where PreciseFP can be great. And this is also a capability that will open up new doors for you. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of tremendous new capability for your firm. You can open new channels, and advisors have been doing this for years, into your community. Any community that has parents of college-bound kids, that could be church, third-party relationships, schools, sports teams, parent organizations, homeschool groups, social media. It's almost limitless. And I have seen advisors get into college planning over the years and generate tremendously successful businesses just using college planning as the means to get in there. Now, you're probably not going to do that, but I've seen a number of advisors do it, and they affiliate with us. All right, what's that good news? It all starts with that. You can help people save on, not just for the cost of college. And that is going to perk their interest. Okay. On the marketing side, I mentioned we have these marketing flyers. We have you can even do a college planning website if you want through CFS. There are web pages that are actually part of the marketing material. Courtney showed you a fantastic way to create a link which you can build right into your advisor website. And in fact, usually when I look at an advisor's website, it's pretty sad. They talk about all this capability, and then on the college side, it's education funding. We can help you save for college. It's vacuous. In other words, there's nothing there. You can take CFS content, web pages coupled with PreciseFP and build out something that's way more compelling almost immediately. We even have seminars and webinars. We have an on-demand webinar. Like, for example, let's say you're a firm and you have 1,000 clients or prospects out there. You could do an on-demand simulated live webinar with CFS. It's completely turnkey. You don't have to do anything other than send out the invites. And PreciseFP will help you there. You send out the invites through PreciseFP. You could get 50, 100, 200 people on a webinar, and we're going to send them right back to you so that you put them through this simple process of creating value and then driving revenue. And while I'm on the topic of revenue, let's talk about that. Because you know what? This is huge. You need to know that college planning with CFS is going to yield tremendous revenue generating opportunities for your firm. All right. Because easy college planning, absolutely, in our deeper dive college planning software, it's just more of the same stuff, is going to spotlight revenue generating opportunities and business growth opportunities for you as the advisor. Last week, we recorded, which is perhaps one of the most consequential webinars we've ever done here. We invited one of our premier advisors who's been doing this for many years. He's a great CFS client. He detailed 9 specific revenue generating opportunities that flow through these college planning engagements with clients. He even gave you the verbal cues on how to open up the door to the conversation with the client using these reports and identifying what the key little nuggets are that you'll focus on to spot the opportunity. I mean, it's all in this webinar, which is inside of our advisor accounts now. So if you want to make more money or at least spot additional opportunities, absolutely, we're going to help you do that. That's something that may be of interest to some advisors doing that. So I've been referring to easy college planning as a bird dog for a while, and I think it's a very legitimate way to describe it. It's going to point not only to opportunities to create tremendous value for clients and to attract new clients, but it's going to lead to deeper engagement opportunities with most of them, at least to open the door for you to walk through. And the more you promote it, the more opportunities you're going to have, and you're going to want to promote it, hopefully, to as many people as you can get to. And with that in mind, promoting it to as many people, I'm almost done, to promote it to as many people as you can get to, it's a very simple and repetitive process. It's just delivering the good news, gather the data. We have our own fact finder, but you can use the PreciseFP fact finder as well. You generate the plans, these different reports that have all this different actual information, and then you meet with the client. And then you deliver the results that they want, and then you open up those doors that have been identified for you with CFS help. So that's pretty comprehensive, and it's very integrated. All right, so I'm winding down here. Prospecting. Who you going after? Upper middle income and above. These are the people, by the way, that are really feeling the pinch. And I didn't even get into it in this webinar. We did a webinar recently called The Silver Lining in the Dark Clouds of College Affordability. And there are dark clouds on the horizon. And there's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of things are conspiring to make college incredibly expensive for families, as families are feeling the pinch in so many areas. So they definitely are going to listen to what you have to say. And then I've sort of already made the comment, there is nothing that you're going to do that's going to link 3 generations like college planning and like easy college planning. Nothing. And in fact, this advisor that I mentioned to you that did the that training webinar last week, he took the advisors through how he's used college planning to get into the 3rd generation. Now, some of his best clients today were the kids of the parents that he did college planning for 15, 20 years ago. They're out, they got high paying jobs. They're liquid. They got money to invest in, man. He's the guy they knew because he helped his family. They helped, Andy helped their family with college planning. So, all right, I hope that all makes sense to you. Who doesn't want to make better, wiser, more informed decisions that can potentially help them save on their college costs, right? Well, that's everybody. It's kind of a rhetorical question. All right. All right, last couple things here. Courtney mentioned the PreciseFP surveys. I love them because it's a fantastic way for you to ask some little key questions through your, through your community to identify prospects for this capability, to engage them, to create value. And I've already explained to you, everybody who buys into this opportunity is going to be an opportunity for you to go deeper with in a variety of areas. All right, so surveys through PreciseFP are a great way to get to the opportunities, and then the to kind of pull it together with this integration. I kind of look at this as a force multiplier. In fact, when I promoted this webinar to our community, I said it was the new math, where 1 + 1 = 11, and I really see that with PreciseFP and CFS. You put these 2 platforms together, and it just boom, all this opportunity emerges, for these reasons here that I've got up here. And I think I pretty much talked about these things along the way. So I guess lastly, and you can see my little graphic, I've got PreciseFP at the center of the hub, right? And you got these sort of spokes coming off, and you got CFS down here. That's really how we see it here. And hopefully you're going to see it the same way. This should be an indispensable part of your technology stack. This is your 40 to 55 demographic capability right here. And I'm not going to go through these items right here, but it's going to help you address every one of these bullet items that are on the side here. And I thought it was pretty interesting that firms focus on client experience have a 5 times faster growth rate. And I've kind of made that point along the way. This is all about client experience, helping that client have a much better experience with your firm as it relates to this hugely important issue, paying for college without going broke in the process, right? And all those other things that we've talked about here over the last, last 25 minutes or so. So with that in mind, Courtney, I know Courtney's going to be sending you all an email, and in that email, she can promote this special discount. We always like to put a little incentive in there, and we like to sweeten the pot for a limited period of time. And here it is. If you subscribe to any of our options, now I'm not going to put it up here, but Easy College Planning is $500 a year. That's it. It's a one-time per year renewal. All right, it's easy in, it's easy out. That's it. Everything I just showed you is a $500, it's actually $499 investment on your part. And in fact, I did the math before I came on here, and with the 20% discount, that's under $400 for the year. And so anyways, hopefully that just makes it even more compelling. So, and that's going to last through Friday. Courtney, I'm done. So if you want to jump back in here, we can take it wherever you want to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Roger. That's some exciting stuff there. A lot of new features, and definitely just a whole lot available for everyone right at their fingertips with both applications there. So thank you for showing that. I appreciate it. So yeah, we on our side, before we kind of open up for any questions, which guys, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and put those right in the GoToWebinar control panel. Got Roger here for another 15 minutes, so definitely hammer in with those questions. We're happy to help. So we do offer a free trial period for new users. So if you are interested in taking PreciseFP for a test drive, and if you're a current CFS user, you can actually reach out to us, sign up at precisefp.com, just mention this webinar. Myself or my team will actually extend our trial offer to you for 30 days. versus our standard 7. So that offer never expires. So if you're hearing this sometime in the future, you can always sign up for us. So we did have a couple questions come in for you, Roger. Someone wanted to know where they can go to get a demo of PreciseFP, but of CFS. But I wanted to let you guys know too that I did pop into the chat. You may have missed it, but I did pop in. Roger was kind enough to send me a link, and I shared it with everybody where you can actually schedule a demo with CFS. So that link is out there. And I think someone may have missed you saying this, Roger, but it might have actually been earlier too. But just in case, could you also just kind of go over the pricing information for CFS again?
Sure. Are you seeing, do you want to share back the screen with me, or are you actually, are we still on my side? I'm not sure if you need to share.
I'm sharing mine. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Let me go ahead. Let me stop the screen share and I'll make you presenter. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, show my screen. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to do a little due diligence, and we're happy to do a little web demo for you. We do them all the time. So that's, 20 minutes. But when you come into our website, you just go to the subscribe option on the CFS site here, and here are the different options and the different pricing. We actually have 3 different options. I really focus on easy college planning. I mentioned the standard software. The premium is the one that comes with a website. If you wanted like a completely comprehensive, really powerful college planning capability, and some advisors want that. But here's our pricing. It's very matter of fact and straightforward. Like I mentioned, this is without the 20% discount. All right, so you just select the plan, and it's just a click-through agreement. That's a solo subscription. Now, if you're a firm, you can have multiple subscribers. You get a discount based on numbers. But for a solo practitioner, you just put in your billing information and your account information, and kaboom, you're ready to go. You're going to get an email from us with your login credentials. You can activate that PreciseFP integration, and you can start, just like I said in the webinar, you could start today to get the word out. I mean, it could be something as simple as, hey, folks, I got some great news to share with you. We have added a new college planning capability that can help you in your efforts to save on, and not just for the cost of college. Reach out to us and schedule a meeting, and we'll tell you all about it. Yeah, that's simple. And then you're just off and running. So I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, awesome. Very easy to access. So like I said, folks, I've got the link to schedule the demo with Roger and his team right in the chat. I will make sure to send that out to everybody that attended today. And if you missed it, you'll get that link as well. For PreciseFP on our side of things, got our website out there. You can actually click on the get started button. Same thing, we'll get you set up with a trial. You'll get an activation link, and then we can go ahead and assist you with getting up and ready with the integration. I did also include in the chat to everyone a link to how setting up the CFS integration, how to use that form, and then I also sent a link on how to web publish. I showed that on my side of things, where you can go out there and take the CFS fact finder and put it on the web somewhere. So I sent that link out to everyone as well. So that looks to be all of the questions. So we will go ahead and wrap up the webinar here. Roger, as always, a pleasure to have you. I love seeing all the cool things with CFS. So awesome. I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and for being, again, just an awesome partner with our integration. We really appreciate your time today.
Well, thank you, Courtney, and we feel the same way. So it's a great relationship, and it's something with a lot of benefits, for the advisor community. So it's something that we can, I think, both feel really good about. So anyway, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Roger. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Feel free to reach out to us. I've got our contact emails here, which again, I will send out to everybody. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're both more than happy to help. And again, thank you for joining. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Take care.